so let's get started. Abaddon. I feel like, hmm, that's a big mouth, but like I'm not into that. I'm already I already kind of run into the problem of like being attracted to tall girls, but being like too small for them as someone who's 5'7". I'm 5'7", and the ideal height for women in my mind is like 6'1". I already can't handle girls that are 6'1". They're already too tall for me. Abaddon is like tens of meters tall. I can't handle that shit. That's too much for me. Shit, I forgot her name. Uh, I, I'd consider it. It's like barely into Smash. You know what I mean? She goes into Smash. Excuse me, it's an angel. That is. Fuck, I forgot that demon's name too. It's been a while since I've played SMT5. Um, I'd consider it. You know what I mean? I'd consider. Wait, what's that demon's name? What is that demon at all? Oh yeah, okay. It's not who I thought it was. I thought it was the other one. It's the fucking like chaos form of that nigga. Yeah, it goes into Smash tier. I can make that work. Um, I forgot this character's name. I'm not a furry, so that's gonna be a big no from me. A Dramalek. There you go. Aros. Aros is gonna have to go into. You know what? It's a conventionally attractive body type. I know it's like a third of a man, but like it's an attractive third of a man. I can make it work. I feel like. Shit. What's your name again? Agathion. Yeah, Agathion's a minor. You know what I mean? I feel like he's coded that way. Shit, the witch lady I forgot the name of. Agrat. Yeah, absolutely, that's a smash, come on now. That's an animal and a child. That's a child, we're not fucking Alice. Alilat, hear me out. Okay, this is gonna sound insane. Look. I can make that shit work. I don't know how. Whatever, man. It's a beautiful black queen, alright? Don't question me. That's a minor. Amano Zako. Thing is, she's too small. I've talked about it, right? I'm like my ideal body type. Like the type of girls that I'm attracted to is like girls that are like 6'1". That's like the ideal height for me. Maybe like taller than that a little bit. Amano Zako is like 4'2". She's fairy, but she's like a fairy-sized woman. Like if she was like 6'2", absolutely she goes in Smash. But like, could I even make it work? Like, I'll put her in Smash, but like she needs to take some growth hormones first. Like, come on, girly pop. Ame no Uzume, absolutely. I mean, come on. Are we fucking around? What is this nigga? I forgot his name. Amon. Okay. Amon. You know what? Those are some pretty big masculine hands. That's hot as fuck. I'm not a furry, so the rest of the body like puts me off, but the hands are kind of hot. So I'm gonna put him in Smash. This character, I forgot what that demon's name is. Anahita. Okay. I feel like it's a pretty unambiguous Smash, right? Long-legged, lanky, so probably tall. Very feminine shapes. I like it. Um, what the fuck is that demon? Oh, Anansi. Oh, absolutely, dude. Anansi is like the biggest. It's so unreasonable how fucking hot Anansi is. God damn. They put one black man in Shin Megami Tensei, and he steals all the swag. That's crazy. That's not black excellence right there. I don't know what is. That is, you know what? I feel like it's intelligent enough to give consent, but I'm not into it, so I'm gonna put it in pass and not, like, disqualified tier. Um, shit, I forgot your name, too. Open image. Oh, yeah, Andrus. Um, if you know anything about the lore of Andrus, you can't actually get close to it, because if you get too close to it, you'll step out of the salt circle that you had to draw to summon him. Excuse me, I had to go do something real quick. As you know, in Andras's lore, as specified in the Ars Goetia, which is what this design is inspired from, in order to summon it, you have to stand in like a circle of, I believe, salt or cray, drawn on the ground. And if you leave that circle to, for example, go and fuck it, it automatically like zeroes in on you and tears you to shreds. You know what I mean? So, Andrus is just not like a functional Smash. If I could, I would consider it because once again, the body type is attractive. But for my own safety, that's a pass. Angel, I'm pretty sure angels are not sentient, so they can't consent. That's not like the angel design from the other SMT games. It's like not a fallen angel. It's like it's a regular ass like actual angel that still follows God. So it doesn't have like a sense of autonomy. It's barely even like a separate being. You know what I mean? You can think of it more as like an extension of God. That's what a lot of common angels tend to be generally interpreted as in Abrahamic lore. Um, we're going back to territory where I don't know shit about what I'm talking about because I don't know shit about Egyptian mythology. I'm not a furry, so I wouldn't fuck. Uh, I, I wouldn't fuck. Shit, I already forgot his name and I just read it. Anubis. There you go. Just not my type. Uh, this character. Fuck. It's Anzu. I feel like Anzu. Yeah, it's like intelligent enough to give consent, but I'm not into it, so that's a pass. But not disqualified tier. Come on now. Fucking Apsaras. Come on, lock in. Be serious. There you go. Not my exactly preferred body type, but you know. Aquas. I feel like that's pretty obvious. It kind of goes there, right? Arahabaki. Come the fuck on. Depending on the game, Arahabaki is either weak to physical or reflects physical. Either it dies or you die if you try to fuck it. Yeah, pick your fucking poison, man. Archangel. I feel like Archangel goes up there, right? Archangels are uncommon angels, so they are more likely to be like distinct beings, not just like extensions of God in Abrahamic lore. So it can give consent, I feel. You know what I mean? If I fall for him, I might make him fall for me. Uh, Ariok. Absolute. Well, you know what? I'm curious enough that I'd make it work. I'm curious enough that I'd make it work. I mean, the face puts me off. Honestly, the face puts me off. But like, nah, the pustules. It looks sick. It looks like his skin is fucking sick. I'm curious, but I'm gonna have to put it into pass. You know what I mean? I'd consider it though. What the fuck is that demon? Armighty. I've never seen that demon before. Is that really in the game? I've never even seen that demon. The design looks sick. I have no idea what mythology is from. I have no idea about its lore. But it is a tall, flat-chested woman, so that's smashed here, baby. Artemis. This Artemis design is really cute, but I don't actually like it because it's not like that relevant to her actual lore. It could be worse. Like they could base it off like the fucking Artemis statue with 1,000 titties. I still don't know why it was made like that. It's in Italy, I think. Anyway, this design's really cute though. It is like adorable. The little like skirt is like very cute, right? So I'm gonna put it into Smash tier, but I'm not actually that much of a fan of the design. You know what I mean? I'd be a fan of it in bed and nowhere else. What is this? Ashora. Asora. Yeah, sure, I can make it work. The multiple arms like put me off, but like it's cute. Yeah, well, not cute. It's hot. You know what I mean? Uh, I do want to say, when it comes to like male demons, I'm biased because like I'm a very dom leaning top, and that is not a sub ass body. I can make it work. It's just like you ever try to dominate someone who's like 3 heads taller than you? I have. It's not fun to do. It really ruins the mood. Um, speaking of Atavaka. Yeah, I mean same tier honestly. The haircut's a little off-putting. The fact that it has another head above his head is a little silly. I don't know if that's actually part of the design, if it's just an edit, but it seems like something Doi would do. So I'm putting it into Smash tier, but like less so than the other one. Atropose. Atropose is a Smash. Come on now. Open image in new tab. Yeah, there you go. The headgear puts me off a little bit, but like you take it off, and that's just a good shape. It's just a great shape for a human to be, man. Absolutely, I'm getting in that. Is this Addis? There you go. The disconnected limbs would put me off. Like it'd make me feel a little awkward. You know what I mean? Like I feel like you put your hand like through the limb, through like the hole in the limb, and it would like put you off, and you'd instantly go limp, right? So I don't know. I'm putting it into I don't know because it's still like an unattractive shape for a human to be. You know what I mean? It is like my type. The disconnected limbs put me off too much. Oh, you know what? If I'm curious that day, I feel like that's a smash, right? Open a new tab. Azazel. Oh my god, Azazel looks so fucking cool, and I'd fuck the shit out of it. You know what I mean? It's like really tall, so it would have to get on its knees while I'm standing up, and I'd have to have it bend over, but I could make it work. Once again, being a small tops fucking sucks, man. This whatever, man, dog. Whatever. Azumi, not a furry. Well, not a scaly, I guess. And the design puts me off. It's like too scary. But all. I don't know about. You know what? No, it's cute. It's cute. The thing is, I'm into tall people, and it's like 5'2". I was like, I can't speak. I'm 5'7", but you know. Uh, no, like I could make it work. It's the image is very low resolution, so you can't tell. But it's got like kind of the bedroom eyes going on. You know what I mean? It's clearly some kind of a slut, so I can make it work. Also technically Baal is like the god that Yahweh descends from. Like it's like the mythology of ancient Judaism descends from the pantheon that Baal happens to come from. So technically you are fucking God. So Baiju, it's intelligent enough to give consent, but I'm not a zoophile, so pass. Like it would go into disqualified tier, but it's clearly capable of reason and stuff. I think it is. I don't actually know much about Chinese mythology, so I couldn't tell you much about Baiju, but Baphomet. Nah, that's a pass. It's too off-putting. It's too scary, dog. It's too scary. It's like Moloch. Like we've been like conditioned to think of Moloch and Baphomet as like scary ass demons because they come from religions that happen to be near the ancient Israelites and not be ancient Israelites. So surely their gods had to be demons. The Christians did learn that trick from somewhere. Um but wrong. No, absolutely not. I don't even think it's capable of giving consent. So it's not just past tier; it's disqualified tier. Basilisk. It's kind of cool that it didn't make it a snake. I really fuck with the design. That said, that's a pass. I'm pretty sure it can give consent, but like I wouldn't make it. Oh my fucking god. I know for a fact that there's Beelzebub gooners out there. There's like a group of like 20 niggas that thirst for this Beelzebub design in particular, and they're all freaks, and please do not go near me. That's absolutely a pass. Nigga, that is the Lord of the Flies. Get the fuck out of here. Uh, this should be Belial, yeah? Belial. I can make it work. It's a little basic, long twink, you know what I mean? But like, I can make that work. I can make anything work, really. There's a lot of shit in there that's like hard to explain. So actually, not really. It's mostly conventionally attractive humans. I thought I was being a freak. Never mind. Belphegor. No. Maybe if it gets up from the toilet, maybe I'd consider it. Nah, you know what? No. It's too evil. It looks like an anti-Semitic caricature. I don't fuck with that. Get the fuck out of here, Beelzebub. You know what I mean? Genuinely, Beelzebub's design is like it's like accidentally anti-Semitic. Like you can tell that it was made by someone who wasn't thinking of the Jews when they had it on their mind. But like all the coding tricks that we use to code a character as like manipulative and like evil and scornish and shit like that just happens to have so much overlap with anti-Semitic stereotypes. You know what I mean? And I think that's kind of irresponsible. But whatever, man. Maybe I'm just too woke. I don't know. Um. Bareth. If we can take the horse out of the picture, yes. I am not a Vosh ass nigga anymore. You know what I mean? Uh, actually, no, that's just a man in armor, so I'm putting it in pass. You know what I mean? Horse or not. Bicorn. That is also a horse, and I don't even think it's capable of getting consent. It doesn't talk like it can. Also, bicorns. I'm pretty sure in the mythologies that they come from, mythologies plural, they're not like intelligent creatures in the way that unicorns can be sometimes. So, uh, Bishamonten, fuck, it's a conventionally attractive Indian man. You know, I feel like people are so racist towards Indians for whatever. Everyone's like, oh, Indians, they're so ugly, they're so loud. No, the Indians are cute, like visually. You know what I mean? Like an Indian dude, like they tend to look good. You know what I mean? I'm putting him to pass. Black Frost, come the fuck on, nigga. I think that's a child, so no. Not even pass, like brother. That's a baby, man. That's clearly a 14-year-old kid. I'm putting all the slime variants into pass, by the way. If you are a black ooze gooner, first it hit me up. I'm sorry, don't do that. That was a racist joke. Second off, No, stay away from me, dog. I'm not fucking this. Not only is it a video game slime, it's like the ugliest looking one. I really fuck with the designs. It's just I don't fuck with it literally. Oh, Black Rider, absolutely. I can't explain it. I know it's a skeleton. I know it's just a skeleton. I could make it work. Uh, Bugbear. Excuse me, Bugs, because they are named it Bugs. It puts me off. I think even if it wasn't like open with blood dripping and fucking like children's skulls in there, uh, if you know anything about the lore of bugbears, yes, those are children's skulls. Even if it wasn't for all that, I wouldn't think of it. But like the gore really puts me off. Kachi, I am not a furry, so by default it's gonna be a pass. But the design is really cute. I like the design a lot. It's just I would not get inside of that. Um, Okay, what is this? Oh, Kamael, absolutely. Come on, man. Look at fucking Kamael. You know what Kamael is shaped like? He's shaped like Sephiroth. He's shaped like a 6 foot like a 6'5", incredibly conventionally attractive man with a very like manly physique and like thick shoulders, who still, some fucking how, you don't know why, looks like a girl. That's like Sephiroth. Yeah, I fuck with it. It's a femme man. That's what I like to call him. It's very hot. Cerberus, that's an animal. Why does it only have one head? Whatever. I'm gonna put it in pass. I seem to complain about it. I actually don't mind that the Cerberus design from SMT only has one head. It like sets it apart, I guess. Uh, Chernobog. Chernobog. I'm gonna put it in because the thing is, it's gross because mushrooms, right? But if it wasn't for the mushroom theming, I think I would hit it. It's like a very like thin, like tall person, and that's just my type. Very thin, very tall. Yeah, that's it, dog. I can make that shit work. I would need to get disinfected because I don't want the mushrooms growing on me. But you know, hold on, I'm gonna be right back. All right, I'm back. So, cherub. Now the cherubim are off-putting, right? Because they're too like robotic, but they have human-ish features, and that puts me the fuck off. It's one of my favorite angel designs in all of media, but it's like genuinely very off-putting. So no, absolutely not. Chimera. I'm not into animals. I'm not gonna be into three animals, right? You have to be a triple zoophile for that one. Actually, I'm pretty sure you can give consent, but that's still a pass. Like it's lucid and shit. Ah, shit. Chiyo. The too many limbs. It puts me off. You know what I mean? It's like big, strong man build. It would be a smash, but like it too many limbs. It's off-putting. Shiranup. I believe it's pronounced Shiranup because that's how shit, I forgot. I knew. That's how I knew works. No, I'm not hitting that. That's a little baby man. You know what I mean? That's going into pass. I think. You know what? It acts like a kid, so I'm putting it into like disqualified tier. Cleopatra. Oh, dude. Look. I know that historically, like Cleopatra's genome, if you took, well, obviously the labels of race that we have in the current day don't apply, but if you took Cleopatra from back then and you put her in the current day, she would be considered black. Therefore, a lot of designs that make Cleopatra very pale, they're a little strange because, like, why are you whitewashing a historical figure that at most was like somewhere between black and Arabic? Let me come right back. Excuse me, I'm back. Um, But with Cleopatra's design in Shin Megami Tensei, it's meant to look kind of like sickly and like she is pale because she was bitten by a bunch of snakes. And honestly, I kind of fuck with the color theory of it. I wish the biggest thing that I would change about the design is to give her more like prominently like African features in her face, but still have her skin be deathly pale so it looks like unnatural and sickly as opposed to looking Caucasian. You know what I mean? Cleopatra is not a Caucasoid, but she should be Caucasoid shaded, if you see what I mean. I really fuck with this design. I think it's really cool. And on top of that, it's fucking Cleopatra! Where did you think I was gonna put it? Lock in! Clotho, it's kind of cute, I guess. Maybe less so than Netropose, because it's like less tall and thin and lanky, but I fuck with it. Kahulin, you know what? I can make it work. This is another femme man. You know what I mean? Very masculine shape, very broad shoulders, very angular face, and still somehow looks like a girl. So yeah, I'm hitting that. Um, Sibel. I mean, come on. You know what's crazy? Its bark, its back, excuse me, arcs less than mine. Unironically, I have a fucked up back. But yeah, nah, absolutely, I'd hit it. Look at the way it's posed, nigga. It knows. I'm gonna put it in Smash. There you go. Oh, holy shit, Damon. Uh, Damon. Uh, uh, and it's like a tiny little like goblin thing too. Okay, I'm putting it in pass. I'm pretty sure it can give consent, like it's fully like lucid. It's just I'm not hitting that. Dagda, absolutely. Look at this man. You know what I mean? That's like a self-assured, serious man who would be super fun to make whimper. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely. That's a smash. Daisojo, mummified corpse. That's a pass. By the way, this is a little bit of a misconception, right? Because historically, the thing that Daisojo is based off of, the like practice of like monks getting buried alive and slowly letting themselves rot, like excuse me, die and not rot while under the ground, is not a thing that actually was done a lot. There's like maybe like 5 or 10 instances of it happening, but it wasn't like a thing, you know? The Kini, absolutely. Muscular, tall. She could beat the shit out of me, which is hot as fuck because it means that when you get in there and she lets you do it, you know for a fact that it's because she wants you to do it and not because she like feels like she's complying to you because you're more physically imposing. And that's the hottest thing you could possibly have happen in bed, I think. This is why so many people are thirsting over muscly girls, by the way, is this idea of like, yeah, you could crush my head like a grape, but you're not gonna do it because you're like this. You know what I mean? It's kinky as fuck, but you get it, right? Danu. Yeah, I feel. Yeah, come on. I only feel like that one's particularly ambiguous too. It's like really understandable, right? It's conventionally attractive. Brother, I'm not fucking. I'm not fucking evil Patrick Star, dog. No, 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 no. You're going straight into past tier. Um, Demeter. This Demeter design is weird. I don't know why it's a little girl. You know what? It's not weird. It's in a context of an anime game. Like Shin Megami Tensei is very anime, which means that you see a character who looks like a little kid, and your first reflex is ew. Uh, they don't sexualize it, so I don't have much of an issue with it. Like I don't think the design is problematic, but that is like going straight into past tier. Actually, going into past tier because it's technically an adult that can consent. It's just it looks like a little kid, so that's a no for me. You know what I mean? But it's not like disqualified technically. Uh, a lot of people dislike Demeter's design because they feel like it's weird and predatory. I don't feel like it sexualizes her, therefore it's fine to me. But yeah, I still wouldn't fuck it, you know. The Demi Fiend. That is just a teenager, so no, I'm afraid not. Going into past tier. Actually, going into disqualified tier. Uh, Dionysus. Absolutely, dude. Look at it. Fucking. I don't even have to explain myself. I don't even have to explain myself. I genuinely do not. I think even straight men would fuck Dionysus if given the chance. Um, that's not at all this demon's name. This demon is called something I forgot. Uh, Tall, bald women with a cranium tattoo. That's absolutely hot as fuck. More women need to be bald. That shit is very cute and hot. And I fuck with it. I like bald women a lot. It's very cute. I like it. Dominion, absolutely. I can't tell whatever the fuck his gender is supposed to be. Technically, it's not, like it's an angel, so it's more of like an automaton, an extension of God's will that it is like its own being, so it's technically not capable of having gender. But, I can tell, and I think that's hot as fuck. I don't think he can consent, but I'm putting it into Smash anyways, because it's an angel. um, Dormarth. Is that how you pronounce that? Dormarth? I don't even know what mythology this demon's from. Anyway, I'm not a furry. I could still make this work. It's just like the fur would get in the way, and I just think fur is gross. Uh, I'm putting it in Smash, but barely. Um, Ifrit. Ifrit. Ifrit, excuse me. I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Ifrit. Uh, Actually, it's an Arabic word, so it's probably pronounced Ifrit. By the way, isn't that kind of problematic to have like no, because I guess it's a mythological creature, but it's not like a divine figure, so it's not like taboo according to Islam to have a visual representation of it, right? It's like a thing in Islam. That's why there's no, for example, there's no like representation of Allah or like Muhammad in SMT. Cause like, what the fuck are you doing, man? That's disrespectful as shit. Whatever. Ifrit is fine because it's like a mythological figure, for the same reason that it's fine to represent Jinn. You know. I would fuck the shit out of it. I'm glad that it's not taboo to represent it because they can look like that, and I can fantasize about it. Aishith, I mean, crazy, crazy, tall, lanky women. I'd be in danger and scared the whole time, but I'd enjoy myself, so I'd hit it. It is probably the last thing that I would do. You know what I mean? But whatever. Uh, Allegor. Allegor, if the horse isn't involved, that's a smash. I know it's insane because it's just a man in armor, but the armor is so large that it implies the kind of build that I'm really into. Uh, fuck. Earthis. I'm not fucking a rock. That's a pass for me. uh, come on. I'm not a furry. I'm not a scaly. I promise I'm not. I make an exception for fucking Fafnir, my nigga. Holy shit, look at this man. Look at this nigga. Yeah, no, that's going into Smash tier. Straight up there. Yep. What the fuck is that? Oh, Feng Huang. Feng Huang, excuse me. Feng Huang, I'm putting it... I don't know, because it's just an animal, so I'm going to put it in past tier. You know what I mean? Oh, this design is so fucking cool. I fucking love the Fenrir design. It's so dumb because it's just a wolf with a chain around it and fucking flaming eyes. It's so simple, but it's so fucking cool. I'm not fucking it. That's a dog, but it's really cool. Oh, Finn McCool. I'm absolutely fucking the shit out of Finn McCool. Absolute fucking man. You know what I mean? This is the Sephiroth build I'm talking about. Like, you look at him, and he is shaped unambiguously masculine. He got those broad ass shoulders. He's got that muscly, like, body type. You know what I mean? He's still kind of twinky, but he's still kind of muscly. You know what I mean? He's built like a boxer. He's got that really angular face with a really long nose and, like, the really, like, pronounced, like, thin jaw. And he looks very masculine, but like holy shit, he looks like a man who looks like a girl, and that's hot as shit to me. And he's 6'3". Absolutely, dog. That's a smash if I ever seen one. You're going right up there. Yep. There you go. Flamus. Ah, shit. I guess I'm putting it into Smash tier. I could make that work. Actually, you know what? I'd burn myself. I just thought about this. I think I would maybe die, or at least get hurt severely. Uh, Floros, look at where its head placement is, dog. Look, I fuck with the design. This is not a critique. It's just, this is so fucking stupid. It looks either cool or dumb as fuck. I'm not fucking something that looks either cool or dumb as fuck. I'm putting it in past tier. Oh, holy shit. Are we at Decrabia's boyfriend? Yeah, Fornius. There you go. I'm not fucking Fornius. It looks horrifying. I'm putting it in past tier right next to Decarabia where he belongs. Oh my god, Fortuna? Dude, I would make that shit work. Okay, this might be a little bit too personal. I'm packing 20 centimeters down there. I think that's 8 inches in freedom units. So it would like poke out of the bottom of her here, and that upsets me wildly. I'm not trying to see that. But if I have like my eyes closed, or I'm making her wear something to like cover her middle section so I can't see it poking out, absolutely. I'm making that shit work. 100%. But I have to not see it. I can't go into that puts me off. That's not happening. Futsunushi. I don't know about Futsunushi. Like the I don't even think that's his hair. I thought it was his hair at first, but I think that's just a bandana or some shit. I think it's a no, yeah. I just don't like the way it looks. Like I think it's the face that really does it for me. It looks mean, you know? Speaking of face, fucking Fuki. If it wasn't for the face, I'd consider it, cause like big, strong, masculine man that I could make submitted to me is like the fantasy. You know what I mean? Like fucking 6'2" could crush your head like a grape, but he won't. That's exactly it. But then I look up at it and it's just got a hole for a face. You know, kind of like those niggas from that show, that show with like the visual horror and the Yuri, um, roll over and die. That's it. He kind of reminds me of the niggas from that show. They got that weird like curse thing going on. Gabrielle, come on, man. It's so fucking hot. Come on. It's literally an angel. Once again, it's an angel, so it's an extension of God. It's not a fallen angel, so it doesn't really have a will of its own or whatever, blah, blah, blah. So it technically can't consent. I'm making it work, alright? I'm getting consent from God, alright? It's an extension of him. Whatever, dog, whatever. I'm going to hell for this video, by the way. Anyway, Ganesha, bear build. I'm somewhat into that. I could make it work, I guess. I'm not a furry, so that kind of like takes away from it a little bit, and I'd be scared of like the tusks, I'd be like ramming it, and if I'm like facing it, I might be afraid it like bends down to look at me, and I just get boom, like hit on the head with the tusks, and they knock me out on the spot. You know what? Actually, that's scary, so I'm putting it in pass off of that alone. Garuda. No, no, come on. That's like a weirdly humanized bird, but not in like a typical furry way. That's very off-putting. That's a pass. Um, reflect. You know what it said about our Habaki about how he's either weak to physical or he reflects it. So if you fuck it, either it dies or you die. Yeah, there's no ambiguity with Girmakala. You die. Oh my god, wait, it reflects physical damage. I'm a top. There's no winning. If you're a switch, you can make that shit work. Because, like, you top it, and it tops you back. Like, you get the physical sensation of punching him when you punch him. Therefore, if you top him, you know what I mean? But I'm a strict top, so I can't make that shit work. You know what I mean? No, 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 no. I'm not... No, no, no. That's a big refusal for me, dog. Mm-mm. Anyway, Glaciolabulus. That's just an animal, and I don't even think it's like sentient enough to give consent, so that's going into disqualified tier. Gogmagog, is that it? Yeah, Gogmagog. Uh, you know those niggas that are like into slime girls? I feel like if you're into slime girls, you should be into Gogmagog because it's just a gigantic slime girl, and it could probably change its form too. I don't know much about like Celtic lore, like Celtic mythology, so I can't speak as to its lore and what its capabilities are and if there's anything you need to watch out for. But in general, I, I guess if I'm right that it is like supposed to be a slime type of design, it can change it to any shape. You know what I mean? So it's gotta go and smash, but I personally wouldn't. Like this is an objective placement, not my personal opinion. Uh, Gremlin acts too much like a kid. Visual design is very kid coded, so disqualified tier. Gurulu. This is a strange fucking hear me out. I don't know. I think it just looks cool, so I want to fuck it. Does that make sense? I'm putting it in Smash. There you go. Oh, fuck. Halfas. Damn. I don't know. Nah, that's just a bird. Like, it's humanized because it wears, like, clothes, but it probably can give consent. It's, like, lucid enough. Like, it's got the mentality, like, the psyche of an adult human, but, like, I wouldn't be able to bring myself to it. It looks too much like an animal. Hanuman. Old man monkey. I'm into somewhat older people, but, like, that's a no from me. I think it's the monkey part that puts me off more than the age, actually. Hair of Inaba. Well, that's just an animal. Disqualified. Hariti. Very hot demon until she starts insisting that you call her mummy. You know what I mean? Because if you do that, it might awaken some long buried desires, and you will be in active danger. But so long as that doesn't happen, yeah, I'm putting it in Smash tier. I'm such a fucking nerd, by the way. How many of the people watching this are gonna get the joke that I just made? God, I need to go outside more often. What is this? Hayataro? I'm putting it in pass. Technically, it's not disqualified. It could give consent, but I'm not interested. Hecatoncheires. Okay. I understand the argument. there's a lot of hands that could grab you and manhandle you, right? So if you're like a sub or a bottom, I understand the case. The face is horrifying, and I'm a dom, and I'm a top. I'm not having that happen. That's a big pass from me. Oh my fucking god, Hell Rider! This design isn't hot at all, but because it looks cool, I wanna fuck it. Does that make sense? It's like the sickest fucking design, dude. I mean, it's just a Hellbiker ripoff, but you know. Hi Pixie. This would be very attractive. Like, this would be like an unambiguous smash if it was like the size of a regular adult woman. Like, if it was like anywhere between like 5'8" to like 6'3". Yeah, absolutely, I'm getting inside that. But like, excuse me, I'm back. I do think that because Hypixie is so small, I mean, it is a fairy, it is a pixie specifically, it's so small it might actually be smaller than my dick. So, like, what the fuck would we even do, dog? Uh, yeah, it's going in hypothetical smash, but, like, it doesn't matter how careful you're being, you will kill it, you know? Hold on, let me do something real quick. Alright, so, Horus, I'm not considering Horus. That's an animal. There you go. Actually, he's going into pass. Technically could consent, but whatever. Huanglong. Uh, I, I can't explain that one. I'm not a furry. I'm not a scaly. I think it just looks so cool, I want to fuck it, you know? I don't have an explanation for it. Huapo. Okay, so you know how there are like weeaboos, right? Like people that are like they really are like crazy for Japanese culture. I'm kind of that for Chinese culture, right? I like to call it a 中国 bu, right? Because 我不是中国人, you know? It's like a little pun. Like a 中国 bu, that's me. Which means I'm very attracted to Wapo's design conceptually, but once again, I think it's literally smaller than my dick. So how the fuck would I make it work? Uh, honorary smash, but like this is figurative. Like if I had it in front of me and it was consenting, we would just kind of stare at each other and go our own ways. Uh, Hydra, absolutely fucking not. That's a nightmare. That's a nightmare. Oh my god, fucking Idun! She's so cute! Okay, this is going to sound absolutely deranged insane. I think it's too cute. Like, it's too cute and it's not hot. I get it. Like, very tall women. She's like 6'2", no titties whatsoever, very thin, very conventionally attractive. So it's like exactly my type, but she is so cute that she's more cute than she is hot. Like, she's not even that hot. She's just kind of adorable. I think it's like barely a smash, but like it's such an adorable design, man. Anyway, Inanna, I have no idea what. Oh, and just before we move on, if you get together with a dude and she really likes it, she might give you one of her golden apples, which means you're gonna be with her for a long time. So that's just a win-win if you can make that work. That's unambiguously a smash then. I've reconsidered it in my mind, not just barely a smash, considerably a smash. Inanna, the shape of it and the pustules on the chest put me off. I don't know what the design is. I don't know why it's shaped that way. I like that it looks the way that it does. It's like more different shapes and shit. I think it's interesting to have in a game, but I'm not hitting that. Also, the design confuses me simply because I don't have knowledge over the mythology that she hails from. Incubus. Now, I said that I'm a top and a dom. I get that. Hear me out. Incubus and incubi and succubi are the same being. Incubi is just the succubi's true form, because a succubus is just what it looks like when it's disguising itself to seduce human men. You know what I mean? So technically, you could ask it to shapeshift into anything. You know what I mean? Like, I could look at Incubus and ask it to change its form to visually look like a 6'2", flat-chested, long-legged woman. You know what I mean? Like it's a necessary smash. So long as it like is very nice and promises not to absorb your life essence, you can make that shit work. I'm not fucking Inugami. Uh, Ippon Datara. This is gonna sound insane. I feel like yeah. You know what I mean? Like he's a very tall, conventionally well, maybe not conventionally attractive. We don't know what his face looks like, but very tall man. Doesn't like is lacking a leg, but like I've had sex with disabled people before. It's not something that's gonna stop me. You know what I mean? Ishtar, can we stop fucking around? Where do you think I'm gonna put in? Where do you think I'm gonna push Ishtar, dog? It's fucking Ishtar. Yeah, that's a smash. ISIS. Would I fuck ISIS? Yeah, it's kind of got like, hmm, yeah, tall black women, you know. Yeah, sometimes you gotta stop the thinking short. It's that simple. Tall black women. Jack Frost. That's a little kid. Can't consent. What the fuck is this demon? Oh, Jack O'Lantern. I couldn't see it because it was so small. Comes off like a kid. Has the psyche of a kid. Can't consent. Is disqualified. Jatayu. Jatayu. Do I want? Nah, that's just a bird. I'm not fucking the bird. I'm pretty sure it can consent, so just going into pass, but it's a big now. Jikokten, this is Smash. Once again, tall Indian men, right? I feel like Indian men are very underrated. Like Indian people in general are very pretty, you know. Kaiwan, that's a nightmare. That's absolutely a nightmare. That's going, excuse me, that's going into past here. And it's an old man too, so he might be like kind of pervy, kind of like those dudes on Grinder that hit you up and you say that you're a top in your bio, but they try to convince you that actually you're a bottom and you enjoy it. Like he's like a freak, you know. Kali is one of the hardest smashes in all Shin Megami. I don't think it's even close. Uh, Karas Tengu. Yeah, I'd hit that. It's humanoid. It looks kind of cute. Okay, this is like a very strange smash, but Kaya no Hime, come on, she's so cute. I don't know how I'd make it work, but I would. You know what I mean? She's like really cute. I want to like make her happy. Like I would do it for her. You know what I mean? This is such a cute demon design. That's absolutely going to smash, by the way. Kelpie, that's a horse. Oh wait. Honsu? My nigga Honsu? Okay, I'm fucking the shit out of Honsu. There, I said it. You know what I mean? He's like, if you when you're like a service top, there is a specific kind of like cheeky power bottom that he embodies with his vibe that you cannot live without, and the Honsu is kind of that for me. It's going into Smash. What the fuck is that demon? Oh, it's the other Honsu form. Still in Smash. The bird face puts me off, but it like looks cool. I really like that it looks the way that it does, by the way. Uh, Kikuri Hime. Do I want to hit that? Yeah, I guess. The skin is dark, so maybe I could like gaslight myself to seeing it as a beautiful black woman, and that's just a smash by default. So, King Frost. It's styled after Louis the 14th. My last video is a big joke about how I'm a fucking Robespierreist. What do you think I want to do to King Frost, dog? No, 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 no. Never mind smash. I would smash his head within the guillotine, my nigga. Whatever. Kinki. Name aside, I don't know. I think Kinki. Maybe it's because of the way he's posed, but sorry about that. The way he's posed and like his general stance, and the way that his dialogue is written in the English localization of SMT5 makes me feel like he'd be like the kind of pushy dude. You know, like he's like a straight man. He's like a straight man who's like kind of queer and he's like trying to experiment with men, but he exclusively wants to top and he really wants to top you and he doesn't understand it when you say that you're a top exclusively. It means that you're not going to bottom for him. Can you tell I have a lot of baggage? Oh my god. Kinmamon. You know what? Fuck this. I'm making it work. You know? I'm making it work. Oh, Kinki, I put it in Smash because the body's still attractive, but he gives me the wrong vibe. Like, if he starts acting weird, that's like a big, like, immediate no. Like, get the fuck out of my house. Anyway. Kodama. It acts like a child. Disqualified. Konohana Sakuya. Yeah. Yeah, that's fair, right? Yeah, understandable. I think it's the haircut that's like the thing that really carries the design and how like cute it is. I'd fuck the shit out of it. You know what I mean? You would have to pull me out with the strength of 1,000 suns. I feel like that's fair to say. Kopa Tengu. Dog, no. It's like off-putting. It's the mask, I think. And the fact that it's small. I'm just not into small people. Corpicor, a very cute design. If it was like actually human sized, yes, but it looks like a little like gnome, which is intentional. That's what makes the design cool, but I'm not hitting that. Komokton, Indian man. Once again, Indian men are mad underrated. I'm telling you, the only reason why niggas aren't feasting over Indian men the way that niggas feast is like feast. What am I talking about? That niggas thirst over pretty much any place from East Asia is exclusively racism. They're really pretty, man. Kresnik. Technically, his name is Kresnik. They had to spell it weird because otherwise the English people wouldn't be able to pronounce it. Wait, what name is it? Like, is he Romanian? Kresnik? The nigga that can turn into animals. Pretty sure it's Romanian. I'm not sure. I don't know shit about mythology. I'm just a surface level nerd. Kresnik looks cool as fuck, so I'd put it into Smash, obviously. There's the fact that it can shapeshift into different animals, right? That is what Kresnik does. I don't know if he can do that in SMT, but he can do that in mythology, so I'm assuming he can do that in SMT. Hold on. So if you're like a furry or something, you can make it work. You know what I mean? Even if you're not attracted to the design. Good luck. This is Kresnik's sworn enemy in whatever mythology they both come from. Kudlak sounds like a very Romanian word, but I don't actually know if if it's a Romanian myth. Anyway, edgy, tall vampire. I fuck with it. You know what? I'm putting it in Smash. It's like weird, but I think it's just kind of like edgy and imposing humanoid. That's also a demon from Shin Megami Tensei. By default, this is Smash. Kumbanda. It's got his dick out, first off, so it's a freak. So you don't want that. It's got a fucking sickle for one of his hands, and Jesus, man. You know what? It looks way too evil. It looks like if I were to hook up with it, it would make me bottom. You know what I mean? I don't trust it for a fucking second. This nigga needs to stay the fuck away from me. And its face is shaped like a horse, so like it feels weird. No, 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 no. This is like a Vosh fantasy. This is not for me. Kurama Tengu. Yeah, I'd hit it. You know what I mean? Kind of reminds me of that black dude from Pokemon Legends Arceus, if you know the dude I'm talking about. And that character is like an absolute smash. So, you know, tender, like quiet, like tall man. Kushinada Hime. I'd hit it. I mean, conventionally attractive women. You know what I mean? There's not much you can do about that. Is that Clotho? Or is that? No, it's Lachesis. Lachesis, yeah, I mean, Jesus, I'm fucking all three of the Moray sisters. They're sisters, so I can't do all three of them at once. Like, I feel too weird about that, because I don't fuck with incest, but if they weren't actually sisters, they'd be fun to triple wield, you know? Lamu. Come on, the fucking tentacles, dog? No, 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 no. I am very easily put off by tentacles, so that's a big no from me, dog. Absolutely not. It's one of my favorite designs from all Shin Megami Tensei because it's so like fucked up looking, but I'm not hitting that. Absolutely not. Don't even think about it. Now, something that I am hitting, fucking Lakshmi, dog. Come on, look at it. I don't know why they made a deity from Hindu lore into a white woman, but they made it into a cute one, so I'm hitting it. And I do fuck with the design conceptually. Actually, you know what? I don't even think the design is that strong. I think the pose is that strong. It's like a design that's heavily carried by its pose, which is kind of a trope in RPGs. Whatever. Um, Lamia. Lamia's not as hard of a smash as you may think. First off, because I'm not like into characters that are like lower half snake. That's just very off-putting to me. But also because like I'm so like I'm so desensitized to nudity because I'm so used to non-sexual artistic nudity that the fact that it doesn't wear a top doesn't even do anything for me. Like its nakedness is not sexual in my mind, so this design doesn't like activate my neurons like that. Uh, I guess like I'd do oral with it, I guess, but like I'm not fucking the snake part. It's like barely a smash. Now Len and she fucking look at how skinny and tall and lanky that character is. Dog, she's like 6'2". No, she's like 6'5". Yeah, I'd hit it. I'd make it work. You know what I mean? Absolutely. I'm an artist too, so she'd gyrate towards me. She can ruin my life, you know? Legion, that's a fucking smash right there. Yeah, that that's a nightmare. That's an absolute nightmare. No. Straight into past tier. Leland, I don't even need to waste time talking about that one. You know what I mean? Conventionally attractive, somewhat tall, very skinny, either black or Middle Eastern women. Racially ambiguous, but still. The old Leland design. Absolutely, yeah. You know what I mean? I'd make it work. If the snake has to be involved, that's a no. But I don't think the snake has to be involved. I think we can just like put him in a cage, somewhat far away while we're busy. You know what I mean? The way that she sways around makes it look like she's somewhat drunk. So I'm kind of tempted to put her here because it'd be funny. But she's like fully lucid and able to give consent. That's absolutely a smash. Now the new Lelim design. Okay, is it problematic to say that I want to dual wield to both of them? I want to do both. I think that's what I'm into. I want to do both the old and the new Leland design at the same time. They just go well together. I'm talking about this shit like I have experience. I've been in like a single threesome in my entire life, and it was with a lesbian couple that did not seem to be enjoying it that much. So I make it seem like I'm a player. I have very little experience in all that. All right, so keep that in mind. Still, the second Lilith design is absolutely a smash. I feel, you know what I mean? Like I can't think that there would be that many people who aren't into it. Loa can go kill itself. I hate that demon. I love the design. It's just that's just a skull with a snake in it. Loki. Uh, Loki is like the kind of man where I want to put him in like a cute dress and fuck him. You know what I mean? It's a smash. Absolutely. Like fucking look at this dude, man. He's so like lanky and tall and pretty. The wings are fucked up. The wings make him look supremely evil, but it's just because of the way they're posed, right? Like you teach him good posture, and that's no longer a scary demon. Loup-garou, werewolf in French. No, he's French royalty or nobility. So like the intense hatred that I have for authority would just take over me. You know what I mean? At most, after we're done, I would go get the guillotine. You know? Macabre, come on, man. That's a Tumblr sexy man, and I'm a Tumblr user. You know what that means. You know what I mean? It's like playful. It kind of got the same vibe as like Sinoji Mikado from Super Danganronpa Another 2. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. It's a spin-off of a fan game of a bad video game franchise, but kind of has the same vibe as him. Mada, absolutely not. What the fuck are you talking about? That's a big no for me. Mad Gasser. I do appreciate the comedy in giving the design called a design for the demon called Mad Gasser an all black outfit that both makes it look kind of like a detective and like it's cloaked and makes it look kind of British, but also the fact that it's an all black outfit kind of codes it as like Nazi adjacent. That's kind of fucked up.
to make a demon called Mad Gasser, who is like a I think British demon, be Nazi coded simply because you have Gasser in the name. But at the same time, it's a good bit. I hate it though. You know what I mean? It's just a real life criminal, and I'm not fucking that. And on top of that, it's one that seemingly likes to roleplay as a Nazi. Get the fuck out of here. Anyway, Makami. That's just an animal. Well, the god of an animal, but still. Oh, Menanangal. Absolutely, dog. Look, 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 look. I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds crazy. But hear me out. You could have just have the two parts of her stay together. That's the thing that Menanangal have to do, right? In the middle of the day, for those who don't know, the Menanangal, like at night, in the middle of the day, it pretends to be a normal person, but then at night, it like detaches the top half from the bottom half, and it goes like flying around and uses its long tongue to go into the bellies of pregnant women to go eat the baby. That's what Menanangal do in the original like mythology that they come from. I think it's Filipino, but I'm not sure. No, it might be from Thailand. I don't know. Indochina. Uh, I don't know much about those mythologies, but that is what it does in lore. And that is horrifying, right? But that does mean that there are times where it's super gross design, where it's cut in half, is not what it looks like. There are times where it just looks like a conventionally attractive woman. Ah? Ah? I if you're having a hookup during the middle of the day, it's an absolute smash. But if you're having that hookup during the middle of the night, yeah, dude, it's low-key gore. It's horrifying. If you're big enough, you would see yourself poking out of the bottom half, so you couldn't even make yourself enjoy it. You can't kiss her because the tongue is in the way and it's way too large. And what if she wants to go for a smack? You know what I mean? So no. I'm gonna put it in smash during the day, pass during the night. That makes sense. Mandroga or Mandrake, I guess. That's a no. It comes off too much like a little kid. I don't think it. No, actually, no. It behaves like a kid too. So I'm gonna put it in a disqualified tier. I'm not gonna put the image of Mara in full because I'm not trying. I'm not trying to have the video taken down. Um, Mara in Shin Megami Tensei often used to be referred to with feminine pronouns, with she/her pronouns, which is so fucking funny. Like it's so fucking funny you're gonna design a demon who is male genitalia and have her use she/her pronouns. Not only is it funny, it's woke. I fuck with it. You know what I mean? Oh my god. I fuck with it. Uh, I don't think I would fuck Mara. The thing is, with the personality that they give Mara in Shin Megami Tensei games, it would try to top me, and it is literally bigger than me. It's like what I said about Hypixie, like how it's smaller than my dick. Like, but this time around, I'm the Hypixie. It would kill me. I would consider it, but it would kill me. You know what I mean? Because it's too authoritative to let me top. Anyway, um, I'm not Catholic, but I'm from like a Catholic background, so I'd feel too bad about it. You know what I mean? Like I'm from a culturally Catholic area. I still essentially practice Catholicism. Uh, I would not hit. It's fucking Maria, dog. No, no, no. Like morally, it get to me, dog. I could not bring myself to. Design is very attractive. If it was any other human being, absolutely. But it's the fucking Virgin Mary, dog. I'm not hitting that. Mazzucato, I feel like that's a yes. The big floofy hair, it looks like a Tumblr SJW, and that's just a fucking cute aesthetic. You know what I mean? Uh, for the hair to be. Mastima, I'm hitting that shit. I know that it's evil. Like it would ruin my life, like in John 2 or John 1, whichever was like the book that's I think not in the Bible but canon to Catholicism, where Mastima like okay. Essentially, Mastima is like the most like awful piece of shit that God's ever created. He like wants to prove to God that humans are inherently fallible, so he picks like one somewhat like one like very devoted like Jew, and he decides to like ruin his life and take away his wife and take away his kids and make his life fucking miserable to like bait him into turning away from God. And then the guy in question's like refuses to turn away from God, and he like apologizes to God if he did anything wrong and shit, and then God like decides to give him back everything like he lost. That's all Mastema does, by the way. That's all Mastema does. Just like rage bait humans to prove to gods that humans are worthless pieces of shit. And it's like, just because you're right, it doesn't mean it's not fucked up. Like, I'd smash, but I'd feel bad about it because he's a terrible person, is what I'm trying to say. I hate him. I hate him. I do. Matador. It's a Spanish man. You know what I mean? Spanish guys are hot as fuck, I feel. You know? That's kind of the stereotype we have over here in Europe, because I'm not American, by the way. I just sound like that. I'm French. The stereotype we have of Spanish people is that they're all like very attractive, very horny people. You know what I mean? They're less creepy than the Italians, but they're still kind of creepy about it, but not that much, so it's okay, you know? Um, Melchizedek. Melchizedek? I forget how it's pronounced. Anyway, Melchizedek, I don't remember what his role is in Abrahamic lore, but the design is like kind of cool, I guess. It's just attractive shaped because he's so like triangle shaped, like muscly twink, I guess. I guess it's going to smash, but if I don't remember what its role even is, I don't know. Mephisto, that's an evil ass motherfucker right there. You know who he reminds me from? He reminds me of the vampire. I forgot the name of. Who's not technically a vampire? The dude from FF7. The not Yuffie, but the other like optional party member. Uh, that's going into Smash. He's hot shaped. Oh my god, I've done half. No, I've done a bit more than half. Oh, mermaid, dude. Well, it's not that tall. It is like 5'2", which is a big like bimol from me. But like this design, if it was like 6'2", is like literally the ideal woman. But like I don't know, it's still kind of cute. It's just like it's a bit small, you know. I don't know. It's going into Smash, but like barely. Like if I had to choose between itself and itself, but like a foot taller, I'd choose itself but a foot taller. You know what I mean? Metatron. I mean, come on, fucking look at it. It's so fucking cool. You know what I mean? The haircut is hot too. It's wearing a toga that like reveals its body underneath. I know that it's made of metal, it's not made of flesh, but like I just really like I don't even think I like it because it looks hot. I like it because it looks cool. The idea of like toga that only covers like half of the upper torso. You know what I mean? It just looks fucking badass, dude. It's very non-sexual in spite of the fact that it highlights nudity, which is more cool than it is hot once again. But you know, that's not a problem. Mikael. Mikael, I'm pretty sure his name means strength of God, right? I like Mikael's design. Yeah, I guess I'd hit it. It's not that hot or interesting, actually. It's not that super cool, but it's a cool-ish design. I fuck with it. It just doesn't stand out much as an angel design. Mishaguji. I think I can show this one on stream because it doesn't look explicitly like a dick. So long as it's not pointing its head upwards, it doesn't look too much like a dick. But it is a dick, right? Um, I'm not fucking it. It looks off-putting. It looks wrong. You know? It's long and twinky, so maybe I could make it work, but whatever. Mithras, no lower half. I don't know how to fucking make it work, but I'd make it work. You know what I mean? Dude, he let me infiltrate his cult, and then we'd get to control the entirety of Western civilization. That'd be sick as fuck. You know what I mean? Mitra. Uh, dude, no. It's the animal heads, man. The fucking animal features just get in the way. Mokoi. I'm not a pregnant woman, so I don't think it'd be interested, and it looks freaky. It doesn't have a tongue either, so like you don't have the option of going up there, you know? You would have to go the other way around, and I can't imagine that it does prep. So that's a pass from me. What the fuck is that design? Oh, Moloch. Moloch, once again, we've been conditioned to think of it as like inherently evil and scary like Baphomet, and it's worked. It scares me. It puts me off. Oh, Mott? Dude, you would like get close to it, and it would like poke out its hand, grab you by the wrist, pull you inside, and we would not see you again for like a month. You know what I mean? You'd come out of there pregnant, even if you're AMAB. No, 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 no. That nigga does not. I don't trust Mott for a second. He does not care about consent. I'm not getting close to that shit. Mother Harlot. It's not showing actual Mother Harlot well. It's just kind of a skeleton woman sitting seductively, and that's all I need. You know, Mothman. I don't think it's intelligent enough to give consent, so it's going into disqualified tier. Um, Mushavo, Moshavo, Moshavu, Mushov. I don't remember. Whatever. It's a Turkish thing. I don't speak. I think it's Turkish. I don't speak a word of Turkish, so I couldn't tell you how it's pronounced for sure. It looks like a little girl, so no, right off the bat. I'm pretty sure the concept of it is that it's like they're like based off like the supposed, I think, wandering spirits of women that have died without getting married. So technically it's an adult, but like it just means that it can consent. Not that I'm interested in it. It still looks like a little child, so that's a no for me. Nama, get the fuck out of here. What do you think? No, 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 no. Come on. What do you think? Where do you think I'm gonna put her? Come on now. Lock the fuck in. I shouldn't even have to. I shouldn't even have to. I shouldn't even have to put her on the fucking list. That's how obvious it is. Anyway, Naga. Or Naga. Yeah, Naga, because it's a fucking word from Sanskrit, I guess. I don't remember. Sure, conventionally attractive top half of a man. We'd have to do oral because I'm not doing anything else with a snake lower half. Once again, that puts me off. But sure, I'd hit it. You know what I mean? Nagajara, exactly the same thing I just said. It's going right next to it. Nahohiho. I'm not hitting that. Absolutely not. Get the fuck out of there. Actually, it acts like a kid, so it's going into disqualified tier. Narcissus. I mean, it's fucking Narcissus, dog. Like, the whole point of it is that he's a smash for everybody. That's like the whole point of the character in the mythology that he's from, you know? Nebiros. Oh, you know what? Fuck it. I'd make it work. It even looks like it's wearing programmer socks. So like, like this is weird, but I'd make it work. You know. Nekomata. My profile picture is a fucking Nekomata drawing, isn't it? Yeah, it's like an old Nekomata drawing that I did like fucking 5 years ago. It's not great by current day standards, by my artistic standards in the current day. But yeah, this design's cute. It's not as much of a smash as you might think it is for me. Because, like, well, actually, you know what? It is, like, pretty thin and lanky and long and also, like, at least 5'9", which is taller than me. Fuck me, dude. Whatever. Um, Neko Shogun. That is just an animal. Pass. Uh, oh, yeah, the fucking Astro Boy thing. It's a really cool design. That's a pass from me, but it's really cool that this design exists and that it is the way that it is. Norn. I think goddess of time from Norse mythology. I think. I could be wrong. Maybe it's Celtic mythology. I don't remember. The design is really cool, and the woman on top is really hot. Thing is, that's just a statue, though. Like, it's just, like, rock shaped in the form of a woman. Like, you can't move it around. You know what I mean? It doesn't have any hole. I don't know how you'd fuck it. But, like, if the women on top could, like, start moving or some shit, like, then detaching from the rest of the structure, yes, absolutely. But, like, I don't think it can do that. I'm gonna put it in honorary smash, I guess. Fucking Nozuchi. Get the fuck out of here. Get this straight into pass. Come on now. Nue, if you're a freak, I guess, but that's a pass for me. It looks scary, dog. I don't even know what it does in its original mythology, but oh my god, hold on a second. Pause. Nua. Dude, come on. Nua is like a top 5 hottest video game characters. Point. Yeah, dog. She's going in her own tier. Fuck it. I'm making a new tier. Uh, add row above. There you go. Newer. And we're putting a heart emoji. There you go. And we're making it bright red. Like her. There you go. If I can grab it. There you go. And the second form of Nua can just go into Smash. I'm not as attracted to it. It's not that different. It's just got some different like face markings, I believe. And obviously the hair turns into a snake, which is a really cool concept, by the way. In the original mythology that she's from, um, Nua is the lady who created humanity out of clay in traditional Chinese mythology. She kind of got phased out. It's kind of funny because like there was a phase in Chinese history where like social norms were turning so misogynistic that they kind of like phased Nua out of the religion because they didn't want like the creation of humanity to be all thanks to women, which is kind of funny. You know what I mean? Like that's fucked up, man. Whatever. Um, but in the original mythology, yes, she's the woman who crafted humanity out of clay, and her lower half, from the hip down, is that of a snake. They could have done that for Shin Megami Tensei, but because Lami already exists, they chose to make her snake attributes be not present in her base design and only have her hair turn into snake uh, in her actual boss form. And I think that's cool as fuck. You know what I mean? I think it's just a cool ass way to handle that. This demon is Nyami Nyami. I believe he is the god of rivers, and his body is all the rivers on the planet. Technically, this is just an avatar of his that we see in SMT, but technically his real body is literally every river. So you have, if you've ever like bathed in a mountain lake or in a river or some shit, you have already been inside Nyami Nyami and therefore fucked it. This is a technically Smash because we've all done it, you know? Um, Obarion. No, that's a little kid. Oberon. Yes. Very hot. Femman King royalty, which I don't fuck with. That's a big negative. But if I can resist the guillotine urges, I would hit it. It's going into Smash. I feel like that's fair, right? Uh, Odin. Oh my god, Odin. Dude, come on. Yeah, I'd make it work. Absolutely. I would probably get electrocuted, but, you know, I could make it work. Now he can control his electricity powers. He'd make sure not to hurt me. Okuni Nushi. I don't know. It's like barely a smash because it's like a humanoid that's like tall and skinny, I guess. Um, Ongyoki. Ugh. I don't know. It's like off-putting. It's like off-putting in a way that the Oni design isn't. Maybe it's because it's all black. I don't know. I think that's a big no for me. I'm gonna put it in pass, which is gonna seem insane because the Oni design I'm putting in Smash. Hold on, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'm back. Um, yeah, Oni, absolutely. This is Smash. It seems weird because it says such a no to Ongyoki, but like, I don't know. Oni just I'd be worried because like if it chooses that it wants to top me, I don't get a choice in that. You know what I mean? But if I find like a particularly respectful Oni, I could make it work. But it's one that I need to trust because I'm not overpowering that. You know what I mean? Whatever he decides to do, we do. Um, Onmoraki comes off like a little kid, so no. Onion Coupon. Um, I mean it's an old man. You know what I mean? He's very short. Hmm. That's a no. That's a no, but like I'd understand it if it was a yes for you. You know what I mean? I get it. Ouroboros. Shit. Ouroboros. Nah, I'm not a furry, unfortunately. It's a no for me, but I understand how it could be a yes for some of y'all, you know? Orthus. That's an animal. I'm pretty sure it can consent, but I'm gonna put it in pass. Oh, Ose? Absolutely. I know I just said I wasn't a furry, but like Ose, I make an exception for. I don't know. Maybe it's just because he's so like built, you know, and he doesn't have like flex legs or how the fuck they're called. So just kind of like a human being that you could just not look at the face of, and boom, that's a human. Uh, Oyamatsumi, this is gonna sound insane. I think yeah, I think that's a big smash for me. I think as a. I can't even explain that one. I couldn't tell you. It just makes sense to me, you know. It's made of rock. I'd scrape myself. It would hurt. Whatever, dog. Pale Rider. I'd hit it. Thin, tall, skeleton man. I'm still a Tumblr user at the end of the day, so. Oh, Parvati. Parvati is such a smash, dude. She's so cute. Look at her. Yeah, damn. Yeah, I'm hitting that. Yep. What the fuck is that? Oh, Pazuzu. Uh, Do I want to consider Pazuzu? Pazuzu, by the way, for those who don't know, is like, in terms of how old each of the myths that demons in SMT are, Pazuzu is technically the oldest. You know what I mean? Like, Pazuzu is the oldest god that we have records of. You know what I mean? So technically he is Unk status in SMT. Uh, I wouldn't hit it. For some reason, the lion face and the fur are just too much for me. You know what I mean? The fact that it's like patchy, I don't know, it just gets to me. It puts me off in a weird way. Oh, Pelé stinks. If you've played at 74, you know this. Pelé stinks. Bad. And its face is upside down, and it looks nasty, and it's wet, and it's dripping, and I would kill myself. That's a big pass. Pashaka. Uh, I know. There's a lot of trauma regarding Pashaka, but if you weren't traumatized as a kid by that one comic, uh, nah, you know what? It's still a pass. It's very gross. It looks like an evil slug. I'd consider it, but like I think I would go against it. Pixie honorary smash once again is smaller than my dick. Like how the fuck would I make it work? You know what I mean? And plus, I'm not like super into it. Poltergeist. That's a baby man. That's a child. Power. Yeah. Dark, scary, edgy angel. Yeah, I'm hitting that. I feel like that's fair. Smash. Once again, it's very simple. It's the whole like, if it looks like it could crush my head like a grape, but chooses not to, that's hot as fuck. You know what I mean? Petra. Preta, excuse me. Petra's a name. Preta, that's a big no. Yeah. Yeah, just pass, just pass. I like that it is designed the way that it is. You know what I mean? I like that it's got a very visible like dick and balls. It makes it seem even more like disheveled. Even more like a pathetic creature because its nakedness enhances its weakness. And that's a cool design, but it puts me off, so I'm not fucking that. Principality, on the other hand, god damn. Yeah, all right. But I think, is there a single angel that I'm not fucking? Is there one? I don't think that technically Belphegor counts because he's like a fallen angel, right? So does Decarabia actually. Oh, and so does Fornius. Actually, there's a lot of angels I'm not fucking, but they don't look like angels, so it doesn't count. You know? Huanglong, Qinglong, excuse me. Huanglong, Fanglong. Hold on. Whatever. Qinglong. I'm not fucking Qinglong. That's just an animal. I know that I put Huanglong into Smash tier. That sounds insane when I say no to Qinglong, but Qinglong just doesn't have the same majestic aura, you know? And also, Huanglong is fucking Huanglong, my nigga. Whatever. Quinn Medib. Yeah, I'd hit it. I don't know how it's pronounced because it's I believe it's Celtic, right? So I don't know how her name is pronounced. I don't even know what she does in the mythology because once again, I don't know shit about Celtic mythology. It's a big hole for me. But the character I still put into Smash. You know, maybe I'm getting into something I don't know anything about. Maybe I'm just not engaging with the danger. But still, Quetzalcoatl. Yeah. You know what? That's a no. No, that's a no. I was being unreasonable. Uh, I know there's a Quetzalcoatl design on the internet that people like a lot, but it's not that one. The fucking chick from Dragon's Maid. Uh, Rakshasha. I don't know. The hair is like kind of cute, but that's the only thing about it. Otherwise, it just screams like danger, and that puts me off. It's scary. I don't fuck with it. Rangda. Rangda is a woman, by the way. It's a female. I believe it's a female witch. Witch like witchcraft that's scary, and also it reflects physical. So if you fuck it, you'd be bottoming yourself because anything that you do to it physically, you'd be doing to yourself, right? So because it reflects physical. Uh, I think that's a no from me. Like it would maybe be a potential smash if it wasn't for the reflex physical part, but Raphael. Raphael is in Light of God. I guess. You know what I mean? Yeah, it looks conventionally attractive. It's tall. I don't fuck with the haircut. It kind of looks like Polnareff from JoJo. But I'd make it work, I guess. God, that's another angel I'm putting in Smash here. I think I just like wings. I think wings just look so cool that it makes me want to fuck it just because the thing has it. With the exception of Quetzalcoatl. Because that is just a snake, as much as I like the design. Red Rider. I'm putting Red Rider in Smash. Yeah, tall skeleton man. So long as the horse doesn't have to be involved, I'm good. Samael. Samael. Wait, Samael? What the fuck does Samael mean again? Is it poison of God? No, it can't be, right? I'm confusing with another. Whatever. I'm not fucking Samael. Does like it's a really cool design. That is a snake. I'm not fucking a snake. Oh, Sandalphon. Sandalphon is so fucking cool. He's so fucking cool. Yeah, let's go and get this Mayish. I like him. I know that it's a robot. I know that it's mechanical. I know that there's no like warmth, right? It has no soul. It has no nothing. But it's cute. Well, maybe not cute, but hot. Sandman. It looks evil and it's got the personality of like a pervy old grandpa you'd find on Grindr. So nope. Um. Uh oh. Sarasvati. Yeah. I mean, come on. Look at it. Lanky, tall, conventionally attractive women. Just put it in the bag, lowbrow. This is not even a hot take. What instrument is she playing, by the way? What instrument is that? I don't think I've seen that before. Is it kind of like a mandolin? Whatever. Nah, it doesn't look like one. Anyway, I'm putting it in Smash tier, but it's like such a basic Smash. Is that Satan? Yeah, that's Satan. If it wasn't for the multiple heads, I think absolutely yes. I really like the hands with the pikes in them. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I'd hit it. I'd make it work, but it has to cover the heads. Like I have to not be looking at it. You know what I mean? Like I gotta go at it from like behind. If you're like a bottom, this is fine because you can just look down. You know what I mean? Like you could just look down or face away from it. Like get on your hands and knees or some shit. But like as a top, it's kind of harder to ignore. But I can make it work still. Saturn. Saturn. It's off-putting. No, it's made of fire. I'd burn. I'd get hurt. Sometimes some of these are very simple. Skahak. Skahak. I like Skahak. The design is very hot. It is kind of just wearing a thong, and that's the only thing about it that's like particularly hot. But it's conventionally attractive, so I'm putting it in Smash. Once again, it's a very basic choice, but Shenri. It's pronounced Shenri, right? Or is it Senri? Whatever. Uh, I'm not hitting that. It looks odd. Actually, no, that's a woman. Yeah, you know what? I hit it. The pose that it's doing is only hot if that's a girl doing it. You know what I mean? There you go. Satanta, is that it? Yeah, Satanta. No, that's a young boy. That's a minor. That's a little kid. It's Kuhulan before he uh becomes an adult, right? I think. Seth, big dragon. If you're a scaly, that's for you. Unfortunately, I'm not one, so that's a no for me. Shisa, that's an animal. I don't think it has the capability of giving consent. It's not lucid enough for that. Uh, Shiki Oji, yes, absolutely. It would get damp. It would get damp, so you'd have to like take real good care of it afterwards. But if you're willing to do a lot of aftercare, yeah, you got this. It's like tall. It's like kind of imposing, but like you could fold it. It would fold to you, you know. Uh, Shiva, absolutely. Come on, man. Look at this man. That's also like a fem man build. You know what I mean? He's got like a snatched waist. Yeah, I'm hitting that. That's a smash. Understandable, right? Siegfried. Siegfried. I don't know. It looks weird. It absorbs physical damage, so you could like. I don't think you could hurt it. You could like rough it. You could rough him up as much as you want, and you would not hurt it. You know what I mean? You would not have to like go slow at the beginning. You could just fucking ram in there. You know what I mean? Could tank it. And it's Siegfried. Siegfried's cool. Siegfried's practically invincible. Yeah, that's a smash. That's practical. And he's not like he's conventionally attractive, so you know that helps. Silky, I mean, come on. It's like one of the hottest designs in SMT. What do you think, man? It's just a conventionally attractive woman. Of course it's going into Smash. Some of these are not interesting, dog. Um, Scotty. Uh, does that count as a black woman? If so, I guess I'm putting it up here. Uh, uh, sure, you know what? Sure. Slime, kill yourself. I'm not hating that. I don't think it can give consent, but like, ugh. Even if it could, that's a big no. That's horrifying. Srosha. Shit. What about Srosha? Its movements are weird and erratic, and that puts me off. But outside of that, like the actual design is very like lanky and twinky. The eye is awful. I wish I wasn't looking at it, but still. I don't know shit about Zoroastrian mythology, so I couldn't possibly tell you a thing about its lore. But you know. Succubus. Okay. Fucking whatever, dog. I'm not even gonna dignify that with a response, dog. I'm not going to. Go into the Smash tier where you belong. I do want to say though, regarding the Succubus design, my only issue with it is that in lore, succubi are supposed to be like they're supposed to look like old hags that take on the appearance of younger women to seduce men in their sleep, right? So they should make its face look like an actual older woman. Like she should have some wrinkles here and there. And it's not just me thirsting over it because I think older women are hot. You know what I mean? But she should have at least a few wrinkles here and there to like give away like, oh, this is actually like an old hag, you know? Whatever, dog. Whatever. Sudama, that comes off like a child, so no. Suiki. Shit. I don't know. I really don't know. It's like kind of off-putting that the head is shaped the way that it is, but outside of that, it's just big, imposing man. And that's just a cute body type. You know what I mean? I'm putting it up there. I'm less attracted to that as a top, but I'm still somewhat attracted to it, you know? Sukuna Hikuna. Very small man, very tiny. I couldn't make it work. The body type is attractive, so it's an honorary smash, but like, it's like Pixie. How the fuck would I make that shit work? You know? Cert. I'm not. Well, I would burn to a crisp, but I'd consider it. The thing is, Cert is fucking gigantic in SMT5. So, like, I don't know. Even not in its boss form, like, even if you just have it on your party, it is huge. Like, it's taller while kneeling than you are while standing. Which is hot. I'm into tall people, but like I'd have to stand on my tippy toes to top it if it's on the all fours. So like it get in the way, but I could make it work. Also, I do want to say if you're a bottom, you're fucked because you're not bottoming that. If it's all proportionate down there, no, you're cooked. Not only because you're burning alive, you're cooked as in like it's bigger than you, nigga. Takemi Nakata, absolutely. I don't know why Takemi Nakata is just very hot to me. You know what I mean? It just looks cool. Tao, that's a high schooler, so no. Very cute design, very pretty, but I'm not into that. You know what I mean? Considering that it is a child. Uh, Thor. Uh, you know what? Sure, it's wearing a leotard, so it's on some level a freak. You know, I don't know much about Norse mythology, so I couldn't tell you much about Thor in terms of lore, but Thoth, that is an animal. It can technically give consent. The whole deal is that it's very intelligent, but it looks like an animal, so I wouldn't hit it. Oh, Throne, one of the coolest fucking designs. God, it's the coolest angel design that I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. It's so fucking badass, and it makes so much sense that it's called Throne. I would hit it too. Like I know, I only want to fuck it because it looks cool, but like it does mean I want to fuck it. Like whatever. Thunderbird off of Native American mythologies. I don't know which one. I think the one that the Iroquoian people believed in, but I'm not sure. It's going into disqualified tier because I don't think it's capable of giving consent. Titania, come on. That's just a conventionally attractive woman. I shouldn't even dignify that with a response. I'm just putting it in Smash tier. Fucking of course, dog. Easy ass answers, I tell you. Trumpeteer. The design is really cool, but not cool enough to make me want to fuck it. It's kind of off-putting that it's shaped the way that it is, actually. Pose the way that it is. It looks like the last thing that you would see before you leave the mortal realm. You know what I mean? The mortal realm. I don't know why I can't speak. So I'm putting it in pass. Oh my god. Tachigama, absolute pass. Jesus. That's horrifying. Nope. Okay. I said I was into older women. Give her like 10 or 20 less years, I'd hit that shit. Absolutely. She's like what, like 60, 70 looking? If she was like 50, absolutely, dog. But like, ugh. Also, the pose is very off-putting. I like that it's posed like that, don't get me wrong, but like if it's always like posing around weirdly, just like dancing around the place in weird positions while on all fours, that's off-putting. And I'm still gonna put it in Smash. I changed my mind. Yep. I'd make it work. Turdak. Do I care about Turdak? Nah, it's just kind of a skeleton. What a boring design, actually. Also a pass, obviously. Titmeal. Titimitl. I can't do the k sound because I'm not good in the huatl. I've never actually tried to learn it, the huatl. So Titimitl. Uh, sure, I'd hit it. It's very cute looking. Like, it looks very cute. I fuck with it. The hands in place of the hair is very off-putting, but I'd make it work. You know what I mean? Like, I have bad vision, so I could just make myself not notice that those are hands. You know what I mean? I'd make it work. Unicorn. No, that is an animal. And Uriel. Well, I'm pretty sure it's sentient, but it's still a pass. Uriel. I forget what Uriel means in Hebrew, but I'm sure it means something. Ancient Hebrew, not modern Hebrew. Uh, I mean, it's cute, I guess. It looks younger. It looks like it's like either in its very early 20s or late teens, and that's kind of a no for me because it's a bit young. But if it is like an adult, like adult, which it being an angel and therefore really tall helps sell that, sure, maybe I'd consider it. Valkyrie, absolutely. Come on now. Well, the screenshot is kind of not great at showing off the design, but if the horse doesn't have to be involved, if we could just like leave the horse in a stable somewhere, absolutely. Look at the fucking haircut, dude. That's a woman that's got her shit together. Absolutely. Smash. You know? Vasuki. That's horrifying. I'm not even gonna consider that. Mm-mm. And Vishnu. Vishnu is hot. Like, this is just a conventionally attractive man. It's the most fucking boring answer, but yeah, it's a smash. Vuivra. Uh, I mean, it does make use of artistic nudity, which in my mind is less hot than simply not having a character be naked. You know what I mean? Like, if a character is just naked, then the nudity seems less hot and erotic, and it seems more artistic. But it's still a conventionally attractive women. You know what I mean? Well, for one half, the side with the scales kind of puts me off a little bit. It looks a little wrong, but ignoring that, yeah, it's a cool design and it's hot too. It's just maybe not as attractive as you might think, you know. Veritra, uh, you know what? I'm feeling adventurous. I know it looks old. Whoa, I know it looks old, but I'd make it work. White Rider. Okay, I couldn't see which one it was because the picture is so small. White Rider. Once again, if the horse doesn't have to be involved, I'm hitting it. So I'm putting it in Smash tier. Just assuming, you know. Uh, Jajai. Jajai. That's a sheep. I'm not fucking the sheep. I'm not doing that. Fucking Swenwu. I'm not hitting Swenwu. That's a turtle and a dragon. I don't remember. Is Swenwu like both of them? Like, is it like one being? I don't know much about like Shinto. Is it Shinto? Ancient Chinese mythology. Yaxini. Yeah, I feel like this is a pretty understandable smash, right? Once again, conventionally attractive women. It's boring, but it's true. Yamato no Orochi. That's a bunch of snakes. I think I'd rather kill myself. That's horrifying. Absolutely not. Uh, Yetagarasu. Ah, yes, a bird, but there's an extra leg in there. I'm not fucking that. Dog. I'm pretty sure it could give consent, but I'm saying no. Yoko Hiramine. Ah, the design is so cute. She's so cute. Uh, it is a high schooler. I get that she looks and comes off like an adult, but the fact that it is a high schooler, what like I don't care if the character looks, behaves, and comes off like an adult. If I know for a fact that she is a high schooler, I'm not fucking it. You know what I mean? I get that in lore she's technically not, but like if she can blend into a high school, that comes off too much like a child for me to want to fuck it. You know what I mean? Like it isn't a high schooler and she doesn't look like a high schooler and she doesn't behave like a high schooler, but in my mind she is a high schooler because the game makes you meet her with you thinking she's a high schooler, you know what I mean? So it's no from me. Yoshitsune, yeah, that's a smash. I had a buddy who's a straight dude who thought Yoshitsune was a girl because he doesn't know shit about Japanese, well, ancient Japanese cultures and shit. You know what I mean? So he was like thirsting over Yoshitsune. At some point, I told him like, you know, that's a guy, right? I think I ruined his day. Yerlinger, I'm not fucking Yerlinger. That's a big no. Cao Gongen, I mean, conventionally attractive, big man. You know what I mean? I fuck with it. I like big, scary, hard man on the outside, soft on the inside. You know, and every man's soft on the inside if you know how to get there. So Zeus, same concept, honestly. The arm things on his arms like they terrify me. Like that one would electrocute you and that one would cut you, but so long as you're careful, so long as he doesn't like hit you with it on accident, like you'd be fine. It's just like there's always a danger risk, and maybe that's hot to you. I'm not here to judge. Jen comes off like a little kid, so that's a no. What the fuck is that? Ah, Jutra. Jutra, that's a bird. So no. It could consent because it's like fully lucid, but I'm not hitting that. Juten Shu, I'm not hitting that either, dog. That's just an animal. That's just a little green pig. I don't actually know what it is. Once again, I don't know shit about Chinese mythologies, so I can't really speak on it much. Zochoten, that's once again Indian man. That's hot. Uh, dude, the fucking Mitama. I'm not fucking the Mitama, dog. God no. I'm pretty sure they're based off of jewels. Anyway. What the fuck is this? Oh, the Lucifer design. Oh my god, talk about a fucking downgrade. It's hot as shit, don't get me wrong. But like the old Lucifer design, if you've played Persona 3 FES, it's called Hellel in there. It's so cool. I'm so mad they changed it. Anyway, Tehom. Uh, Tehom is the concept of for those don't know. Tehom is a demon that is based off of the name that the nothingness has before God created something in the universe. You know what I mean? This like nothingness is described with the word Tehom in Hebrew, and they decided to make a demon off of that. I don't think you could fuck it because it's the concept of nothingness. But the design is high. I'll give you that much. Oh, Tiamat. This fucking Tiamat design. Ugh. I think it. Okay. It's more fuckable than the other one, but it is a little off-putting, isn't it? It's fucking gigantic. I don't even know how you'd make it work. I'm putting it in Smash because I'm curious, but that's it. Like if I was given the chance, I would do it out of curiosity, but I'm pretty sure I wouldn't enjoy it, you know. And True Lucifer. The hair is the part that really does it. It's like a little detail, but it kind of carries it. So I'm putting it in the Smash tier. And that's every demon from Shin Megami. I forgot I made a unique tier for newest first form. That's every demon design from Shin Megami Tensei 5, ranked on whether or not it fucked them, I guess. There's so few characters in Pass compared to Smash. Oh my Jesus Christ, I need to go outside. Any fucking way, dude.